Okay, so we're working on La Esperanza Market. And again, recap, we figured out, first of all, their average ticket sales volume, what their fees are. We got their current effective rate and their average ticket. We looked up on the effective rate sheet that we could, at 35 basis points and a nickel, that we could get their effective rate down to 2.30. I would probably go with, 35 basis points and, and 8 cents, and maybe kind of adjust this out. But you have the freedom to adjust it out, which this is like a 1.40. If you use the 2.30, a 1.4% times their sales volume would actually save them $218. Sometimes you got to worry about scaring people, saving them so much money. But our whole idea is we want to get the customer, we want to keep them, and we want to give them an advantage over. We just want to give them an advantage in the marketplace, and one way that we're doing that was the cashback program. So, in other words, that's a nice savings up front. So for us to get them on the cashback program, which is going to help us get more volume, because eventually we're going to come back to them and ask them to refer other customers to us, and that's going to start them a new chain of 8 people that we're going to help put business under that office number. That's going to double and triple their monthly savings, which eventually could cut their effective rate in half and even to zero. I mean, if you're paying $578, in your merchant fees, but you're getting cash rebates of $600, you've actually get your merchant processing for free. So that's kind of the concept. Now, granted, that could take a time, but hey, over a year or 2 years.
He wants to stay with you.
Okay. Over a year or 2 years, under like a 1-2 year contract, to get your merchant processing for free, if the customer gets involved. Love you, buddy. If they get it for free, I mean, because right now, where you're currently at, you're not getting any of these benefits. But if you get in our cashback program, there's a possibility you could get your processing for free if you refer customers. If you don't, we're still going to put you in the cashback program. We're going to work for you, put customers into the program, and under your office code number, we're going to track it just like this here, where it came up, with the $95.54 cashback that's going to go to the customer. And all this is based upon volume, sales volume. The more sales that we drive, that's just a concept in the marketplace. Merchants understand that. Even themselves, they have businesses. They know that if they have greater sales volume, they can cut their prices, and that's what we're seeking to do here. So, La Esperanza, we guarantee the 5%, but in this case here, we're able to give her an upfront saving of 25%, which is $144.50. We add her cash back of $95 into this equation, which she should be getting over the next couple of months. Would bring her savings to $239, which is greater than the $218. Which one you think would work best for you, Mr. Merchant? And hopefully they will choose the cashback program if you sell it properly. Now, these numbers, we're manipulating them to drive sales volumes and profitability, and the bottom line is that everybody out there can cut your profits on cost plus pricing and whatever your profitability is. The most important things that you want to stress is that the good customer service. We've been in business for 13 years. We have an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. We got 4 levels of support. You've got my cell phone number, the president's cell phone number, the agent's cell phone number, the office phone number, and the 1-800 number. So you've got support. The other thing is you want to sell the benefit. And the way you sell a benefit is you tell a story, well, Mr. Merchant, let me tell you a story of a customer up in Sweetwater, Tennessee, called Mexi Wing. About 7:30 they lost their credit card machine. It was like on a I think it was a Thursday night, might have been even a Friday night, but anyway, they lost their credit card machine. They called us at that time. We were able to get a file built and get a credit card machine to them within 2 hours. And so, you know, what do you do when it's on the weekend? You're going into a weekend and your credit card machine's broken down. You know, what do you do? Especially if you're a restaurant, people's out eating. You know, so that's an example of a testimony of, you know, how we, when you're telling about the benefits that we can bring, you know, being local. Well, the other second thing is we set you up on a mobile application. So like if your internet goes down, your credit card machine goes down, your telephone line goes down, you have a wireless solution, and it's the mobile application that we set up all our customers on. And so we want to start setting customers up on this program. All right, so anyway, those are some of the benefits that you're going to give to them, and you do that by selling some testimonials of like our service, and then, you know, the ability to put them in this cashback program where they could actually, you know, cut their fees in half of what they're paying. And if they really become a good referral partner, potentially you can get your processing for free. Every time you refer a customer, we as the agents go to work for you, and we're going to fill in. I'm just going to call it a matrix. We're going to fill in that matrix, and you're going, and from that, you know, from that one referral qualifies you to get paid on another 8th level of cash rebate, which is based upon the volume. And the reason we chose 8 levels because that's going to give you more volume, and it gives everybody that you refer an opportunity to participate in the cashback program themselves. So, and eventually, now from an agent perspective, a nice thing about this is this creates stickiness. If a merchant's getting, you know, 200, you know, if they're getting a $95 check a month that's coming to them in the mail, are they going to be so easy to leave? The only reason that they would probably leave is if, you know, they bought some kind of software that required them to leave, and then maybe that software is proprietary. That would probably be the only way. The bad thing about proprietary software is it locks customers into a particular rate that you know, usually they have no control over. With this here, they have control, and you know, it's always good if a merchant will process with a standard credit card machine, because then they have, you know, control of those fees. And most softwares will let you cash out to credit in their software and then swipe it on an outside machine, take that ticket and, you know, staple it, you know, put it in the cash drawer, so you can, you know, do all that for tracking purposes. So anyway, so that's kind of how this program works. La Esperanza Market, we could save them, you know, $218 or $240. You know, which one would work best for you, Mr. Merchant? Okay, so I would just suggest that you continue to review this. These are really simple mathematical, you know, calculations, you know, and your different formulas that what you need to calculate. In fact, you know, I'll probably go ahead and just put a sheet on there. You know, these are the 4 things that you need to, you know, find out when you look at a merchant statement. All right, so this is on 9 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and stop this video, and then I'm going to maybe come back and talk a little bit about answering objections and maybe a little bit about the psychology of selling.